Sometimes the words we need most in life don't come in moments of comfort, but in moments of pain. Sometimes it is the quiet voice of someone who is leaving this world that teaches us how to truly live. And this is the story of Michael, a son who thought he had all the time in the world with his father, until he realized time is the one thing that can never be given back. Michael grew up in a small town in Ohio, the kind of place where everyone knew everyone else, where life moved slow and steady, and where family dinners weren't just tradition. They were sacred. His father, Daniel, was not a man of many words. He was the kind of man who woke up before sunrise, worked with his hands all day, and came home with dirt on his boots, but pride in his eyes. To Michael, he was strong, unshakable, and almost eternal. But Michael was different. He was a dreamer. He wanted to leave the small town, chase big opportunities, and live a life far away from the quiet simplicity of his father's world. And for years, he did just that. He moved to the city, got a job in finance, and built the life he thought he wanted. But with every year that passed, the phone calls home became shorter, the visits became fewer, and the distance between him and his father grew, not just in miles, but in silence. Michael always told himself there would be time. Time to visit, time to talk, time to sit with his father the way he used to as a boy, watching the stars in the backyard. But life has a cruel way of reminding us that time is never promised. One cold November evening, Michael received the call no son is ever ready for. His father was sick, very sick. The doctors said he didn't have much time left. Michael's heart sank, his hands trembled, and suddenly all the meetings, deadlines, and promotions that had consumed his life felt meaningless. He booked the first flight home. When he walked into that small hospital room, he was struck by how fragile his father looked. The man who once carried him on his shoulders, who lifted heavy beams and chopped wood with ease, now struggled just to lift a glass of water. Michael's chest tightened with guilt. He wanted to speak, to apologize for the years lost, but the words refused to come. For days, he sat by his father's side, talking about small things, the weather, the neighbors, the old fishing trips they used to take. But deep inside, Michael knew there was something left unsaid, something his father was holding on to. And then, on one quiet night, as the winter wind howled outside the hospital window, Daniel turned his head slowly toward his son and whispered the words that would change Michael's life forever. He said, "Son, don't make the mistake I made. Don't wait too long to live." Michael frowned. His father had always been a man of discipline, responsibility, and duty. What did he mean by that? His father continued, his voice weak but steady. "I spent my whole life working. I thought that was what it meant to be a good man, to provide, to sacrifice, to make sure the family was safe. And while I don't regret taking care of you, I regret something else. I regret not living enough. I regret not telling your mother how much I loved her every single day. I regret not chasing the dreams I had when I was young because I thought they could wait. But the truth is, life doesn't wait. And now, here I am, with nothing left but memories I never made. Don't do the same, Michael. Don't live later, live now." Those words pierced Michael's heart like nothing else ever had. He had always thought his father was the example of how to live, but here he was, confessing the deepest regret of his life. In that moment, Michael realized that he too had been postponing his own life, waiting for the right time to be happy, to slow down, to say the words that mattered. And suddenly the weight of all the unspoken things between them came crashing down. Tears filled Michael's eyes as he grabbed his father's hand. "I'm sorry, Dad," he whispered. "I should have been here more. I should have told you how much you mean to me." His father smiled faintly, squeezed his hand and said, "It's never too late to love, son. As long as you're breathing, it's never too late." That night, Michael didn't sleep. He sat there, holding his father's hand, thinking about every choice he had made, every moment he had postponed, every "I love you" he had left unsaid. And when morning came, he made a silent promise to his father and to himself. A few days later, Daniel passed away peacefully. His final words echoed in Michael's soul, guiding him like a compass. And from that day forward, Michael lived differently. He didn't quit his job overnight, but he changed the way he approached life. He stopped waiting for vacations to spend time with his family. He stopped postponing phone calls with his mother. He stopped telling himself that love, joy, and peace could wait until the weekend. He learned to live in the moment, to speak the words that mattered, and to cherish the people who mattered most. And slowly, his life transformed. He reconnected with old friends. He started writing the book he always said he would write. He found himself smiling more, laughing more, and carrying less of the invisible weight that had once chained him to an endless cycle of later. Years later, when Michael had children of his own, he made sure to pass on his father's secret words. Every night before bed he would tell them, "Don't wait to live, love now, dream now, say what matters now." Because he knew that if they carried that lesson, they would never live with the same regret his father had confessed. So let me ask you this. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow"? How many times have you postponed joy, thinking there will always be more time? Maybe it's a call you need to make. Maybe it's a dream you need to chase. Maybe it is 3 little words, "I love you," that someone is still waiting to hear. Michael's story is not just about a son and a father. It's about all of us. It's about the way we live, the excuses we make, and the truth we often ignore. That tomorrow is never promised. The secret words of a dying father were not meant to sadden us, but to awaken us. To remind us that life is not about the years we live, but the moments we create. It's not about how long we wait, but how deeply we love while we have the chance. So today, before the day slips away, remember this. Don't wait to live. Don't wait to forgive. Don't wait to love. Because the greatest tragedy is not death itself, but the life we never allowed ourselves to live. And maybe, just maybe, if we listen closely, we'll hear those secret words guiding us too.